All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Atlanta Falcons. They kick off the season with a home victory against a divisional rival in the Carolina Panthers. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't sexy, but hey, I got enough of what I needed to see or wanted to see in today's game. And hey, a win is a win. A win is a win. Since when did a win not become a win? I really noticed that after the Lions took down the Chiefs. Chris Jones, no Travis Kelce. Hey, a win is a win, and we're going to take it. And by the way, when the Falcons make the playoffs by the end of the season, nobody's going to go back and look at week one and be like, oh, well, it wasn't a pretty win. Listen, Atlanta dominated the line of scrimmage. They dominated the line of scrimmage. Listen, I know Bryce Young is a young rookie quarterback, but the dude had nothing. The dude had no answers for the Atlanta Falcons defense. And this is something we talked about at the end of last season. We said, hey, look, the Atlanta Falcons in the last couple of weeks of the season, their defense was legit. Like, this is a super legit roster outside of the question marks with the quarterback. There's clear talent on this team. Specifically on the defensive side, they were solid at the end of last year, and they only bolstered it with guys like Jesse Bates III, who had 2 interceptions, a couple of pass deflections. He had a forced fumble. Jesse Bates III was the defensive player of the game, in my opinion, today. 2 huge interceptions. Like, Bryce Young looked like a rookie quarterback playing his first game. And that's the goal, right? That is the literal goal. So Atlanta did what they needed to do. They got the win at home, and that's what we're excited about. So in today's video, we're going to talk about this game. Before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I do want to apologize, Falcons fans. Usually we're going to have pristine clips. I got to go to the Bears-Packers game in about 10 minutes. We're like 35 minutes away from the start of the game. So apologize if this is rushed. I just go to the Bears-Packers game every year, so apologize for that. But if we could try and get this video to 500 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So, Desmond Ridder, it was funny because, after like many possessions of the game, when Atlanta scored their first touchdown in the second quarter, I checked the box score because I was very curious what the stats were looking at. It was like Desmond Ridder was 4-4 for 0 yards and a passing touchdown. I was just like, oh man, this is week one. This is week one football. And the reason that the Atlanta Falcons were able to dominate today's game is, first off, Desmond Ridder didn't play horrible. He literally didn't play horrible. He didn't play great. He wasn't, 350 yards Patrick Mahomes, but he didn't make mistakes. He didn't throw an interception. He did what I needed him to do. All right. Keep in mind, Desmond Ridder is essentially a rookie quarterback because it pretty much played the last month of the season. That's it. He has very limited reps. He has very limited snaps in the National Football League. And so it's going to take a little bit of time, but it also is week one. And we saw it across the board with 12 o'clock games. Like, offense takes time to get going. But that rush attack is what's going to dominate the entire season. No matter how Desmond Ridder plays, your rushing attack is one of, if not the best rushing unit in the National Football League. We saw Tyler Algier pick up 2 touchdowns. What do you have? 3 last season. Tyler Algier averaging around 5 yards per carry. Bijan Robinson averaged around 5 yards per carry, 10 rushes, 56 yards before the game ended. Like, Bijan did what I needed him to do as a rookie. 6 catches, 27 yards, and a touchdown. Bijan Robinson is him. He is that guy. And while, like, today, Bijan Robinson, I think he did an incredible job for his first career rookie game. It's only going to get better. That's what's so scary about this Falcons rushing attack is I have Tyler Algier, I have Bijan Robinson, I have Cordell Patterson. I have so many guys who can run. I have so many guys who can get this offense creative, versatile. And Arthur Smith looks at that and he's like, hell yeah. That's why they drafted Bijan Robinson in the first round of the draft at pick number 8. We haven't seen that in quite some time, but it was very clear. The dude in college ran the ball. He caught the ball. Bijan Robinson was a superstar freaking stud in college, and he looked like a superstar stud in today's game, although we didn't fully see the breakout. We did see a long rush of 17 yards for Bijan. We saw plenty of flashes, and for a rookie playing in his first game, insanely impressive. The passing attack's going to take some time. It's just going to take some time. Statistically, nothing really blew it away today with Kyle Pitts, Drake London especially. Nothing blew it away. Got to shout out guys like Matt Collins. Matt Collins were players we talked about all offseason that are going to make slow, incremental additions and impacts on this Falcons team. We saw it today. reliable receiver. He had a career year with Las Vegas this past season. But the deep pass to pretty much seal the deal, the second Tyler Allgeier's second touchdown in the fourth quarter pretty much sealed the deal. But the deep pass, the 35-yard bomb to Kyle Pitts from Desmond Ridder, that sealed the game. And that is something I want to keep note of heading into the next couple of games is how often are they going to take that deep ball? What's the passing game going to look like in this upcoming season? It was certainly a more conservative offensive game plan today. And considering, I have respect, obviously, for the Carolina Panthers, but it's the Carolina Panthers. They're not a projected 12-13 win team. They're not even probably a projected 9+ win team. So, yeah, go conservative. Use your bread and butter, which is the rush game. This rushing attack averaged over 5 yards per carry in today's victory. But Desmond Ridder, he only had a handful of incompletions. I can literally count how many Desmond Ridder incompletions there were on either hand. So he did what I needed to do. He had a great touchdown throw to Bijan Robinson. And yeah, it wasn't flashy. It wasn't crazy. But hey, a win is a win. It doesn't need to be flashy. It doesn't need to be crazy. Defensively, Bryce Young had nothing, man. I seriously mean that. Bryce Young had nothing. Now, the rushing attack, specifically with Chuba Hubbard, he had a bunch of carries. He averaged like over 7 yards per rush, which wasn't ideal. Miles Sanders, for the most part, was kept in his cage. Miles Sanders averaged less than 4 yards per carry in today's victory. But man, this defense, Troy Anderson, Jesse Bates, Trey Flowers, AJ Terrell, Richie Grant, these are young rising players. And then you introduce your new additions, guys like David Onyemata that are going to make big time additions. He had a beautiful quarterback hit in today's game. Pass deflections, tackles for loss. The sacks didn't necessarily rack up today, but they got a bunch of quarterback hits. They had 5 total quarterback hits. Bryce Young's job wasn't easy. They gave up very limited points, and no matter what the media will tell you, it wasn't a flashy, it wasn't a sexy, crazy victory, but hey, a win is a win, and the defense, in my opinion, looked great. I seriously think the defense looked great, and I know you're going up against Bryce Young, a rookie QB, an unflashy offense, getting rid of CMC last season around the deadline. I get it. We're keeping our expectations in check, but hey, Atlanta is a 10-win team. I'm telling you, Atlanta's going to win this division. They're going to make the playoffs, and it's just they're going to fly so under the radar until people realize, like, oh, hey, this is an extremely efficient team, and Arthur Smith knows exactly what he is doing. So the future is extremely bright in Atlanta, and it started off with a bang today, getting a win at home against the Carolina Panthers. That's it for me. I got to literally run to this Packers-Bears game, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit that sub button. Once again, thank you so much for your patience and understanding with the clips. From here on out, it's going to be normal. It's going to be quality clips, but I don't have enough time to wait for the highlights and all that stuff to process and all that jazz. So thank you guys so much for watching, but more importantly, let me know what you're thinking about this Falcons team. Give me a team grade down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll